Yo, is this the best keyboard for around $100? Affordable. Aluminum, QMK, accents, mods. And this keyboard layout is extremely underrated, and I'm gonna show you why. Today I'm talking about the brand new M2, not the chip from Apple, but the 1800 compact mechanical keyboard by Monsgeek. For those who may not know who Monsgeek is, they're part of the Akko family, known for providing amazing entry-level options in the space, aka great quality for lower prices. Monsgeek did send this board out to me for the video review, but all these opinions are my own, and they'll be seeing this video with all of you. Thanks, Monsgeek. So we have the silver and gold colorway, which is a newer addition to the lineup if you've seen their M1 that also dropped recently. Something really cool about this layout is that it still features the numpad, which makes it a perfect segue for mechanical keyboards for those people who just can't afford to part with the numpad. But let's talk about what's in the box, man. When you first open it up, you'll see a big sticker that you can use for tape mods. I've seen people use them for the back of the PCB or just to line the bottom of the case. You also get a wired USB cable, which is really nice for the price, man. How are they getting away with all this? Get some Akko stabilizers that are actually not too bad when looped properly, as you'll see in the upcoming sound test. And there's some stab pads included as well. Let's get this board out of here. First impressions are very good. It's even heavier than I expected, which is pretty nice. And the aluminum isn't extremely high quality, but it's still smooth and sturdy, more than enough to expect sitting at this price point. And speaking of price point, the M2 sits right at $109 for this exact color and the black version, but it also goes up to about $115 if you want to get flashy with the purple version. And spoiler alert, for that price, whew, yes. The plate that you get included is a polycarbonate plate, which is also gasket mounted. This allows for a separation from the board to prevent any unwanted pinging, and it also creates a bouncier typing feel. You get a non-flex cut, and I repeat, non-flex cut south face RGB PCB that is also hot swap. So for people who are somewhat newer to the keyboard space, the fact that it's hot swappable is super important, because you don't have to necessarily commit to a switch, your first switch, when it comes to soldering or something like that. You can just swap them out as you see fit. I know you're afraid of commitment. And a super big plus for this keyboard is that it's compatible with QMK. That opens up a whole world of possibilities and allows you to pretty much change all your keystrokes to what you prefer most. Like I said, it's an RGB board, so I'm gonna show you a little bit of the RGB settings and how to cycle through them. It's pretty simple. Now, let's hear the sound test. So how you feeling about it? So at first glance, it may have a somewhat similar design as like a bigger GMMK Pro or something like that. But this definitely outclassed it for me. It's also got the availability of something like the Keychron Q5. Drop has an 1800 that's called the Shift, but that's more than twice as expensive, and it has that low profile look that I've honestly grown out of. So the M2's putting up a pretty decent fight right now. My overall impression of the Monsgeek M2 was amazing. I had high hopes going into this review, and honestly, I'm very much impressed. The sound and feel that I was able to get out of this board without any mods and minimal foam honestly makes me so excited for what Monsgeek might do in the future. The addition of a non-flex cut PCB is actually a plus because of the effects that the cuts typically have on sound. Something tells me that this was just as much a design choice as it was on keeping costs low. And if this is an entry-level unit, the mid or high-level units that Monsgeek can put together, unreal. That's if they choose to go that route. The M2 and M1 compete well enough, but I would not turn down seeing Monsgeek take a swing at the next tier premium and what they could probably pack into an affordable package. And that one doesn't necessarily have to be $100, unless you want it to be. But back to the M2. If I'm being honest, I believe that the foam wave is kind of coming to an end. I really appreciate that they don't sell it separately and they allow you to experiment and find your preference. That is a good thing. Though, I feel like one of the best things about this board is the way it sounds even without foam. I simply say that because a lot of boards almost require a lot of foam to sound their best. The M2 is not one of them. If there's anything to improve, I'd say that it was that I'd like to kind of see some more actions sold separately for even more customization, and maybe a couple different options for plates too. But I already know they're probably planning that anyways. Now, something that you definitely want to pay attention to before you order the board. You want to make sure whatever keycaps you're buying to pair with it include an option for a 1.5 function key and alt keys. This is not a keyboard issue per se, but it's definitely something that I want you guys to know if you're gonna be grabbing it, because yeah. So I really want to give this board a genuine critique, but honestly, I can't, bro. There's literally nothing wrong with this board. When it comes to function and versatility, you got the numpad still, and all while keeping a super compact size. I could even see somebody taking this kind of keyboard to work with them, man, which is a flex in its own. All of that, and you pretty much get any mod in the box, man, come on. We're looking at a new standard of great. All right, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe because, like always, there's more where this came from. And if you want to grab the M2 by Monsgeek, definitely hit the link in the description because this keyboard is actually in stock and available. Once again, huge shout out to Monsgeek. They did send me this, but you know I'm gonna keep it real with you no matter what. And with that being said, catch you guys on the next one.